Wanted to explain to you guys it's all a mindset. I talked about this multiple times on this channel, but now I want to go a little more deeper dive into it and all that, and just show you different examples of how you can actually make anything happen if you wanted to. But the key thing, of course, if anything in life, you have that want. You have to have. You have to have the. Some people may say you have to have that dog in you. They may have. They've talked about. They use that in the terms of in the basketball field and the athletic field. They usually have to have that. You have to have that fight in you to get things done and all that. But it's all a mindset. I don't care what it is about. It's all a mindset. For example, if you have kids, if you have a dog, if you have trying to get yourself to go to work, it's all reframing your mindset on how you see things and then changing it up. It's it's all a mindset out here, and you you may have been taught maybe as a kid to see the world a certain way, and the results you have in your life is because what you see how you see the world is today. That's what the results you have in your life. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but hopefully that does. Like myself, I've been the way I see the world is being raised by officers in the military and my mom being a school teacher. That's how I see the world. How they see the world, and of course, being African American male, African American female, raising me at home. So a lot of my viewpoints, and then of course the time period I was, that I grew up in, of course, like that. Now I'm older, now adult, and everything like that. But they always say what is it, the 1 years old to 7 years old is the most kind of like imprinting years that you have on you. Of course, you can change along the way and stuff like that, but it's more of you have to make that change because the beginning of everything is it's everything. You're a clean slate. That's what I told my brothers. I said you have kids, and guess what? Your kids you can create them to be anything you want them to be actually. But on the process of doing that, creating them how you want them to be and how they can succeed in life, you have to work on your own stuff first. That being parents, you have to work on your own shortcomings you have, your own healing process you have to do, that stuff that was done to you as growing up as kids, and see how you see the world. Because the world is different now, how they see how your kids see the world. Because the kids they have now are Generation Alpha. Now, Generation Alpha, they see the world totally different. They see the world totally, totally different. Because they have the technology and stuff like that. They actually grew up with technology. I didn't grow up with technology. I grew up with going outside every day and playing in the front yard and having the basketball goal out there, or having everybody comes to my parents' house and my mom's cooking food and stuff in the summertime and stuff like that for everybody. And even during the week and stuff like that, doing homework at the table with everybody, to just doing things totally different than how they do things now and all that. But what I'm getting at here is more of a mindset more than anything else. You have to really believe that, because when you believe that you can change your mindset, then you actually change it. Because it's more on, because like you said, well, I don't do that. I remember I had this young lady I was dating, and she's like, "Oh, I don't do that, Junior. I don't eat. I don't eat. Well, I eat. I eat bacon on everything. This one young lady I was dating, I eat bacon on everything. I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Let me know how that works out for you in 20 years from now. Bacon on everything. Come on, that doesn't make no sense at all. Um, and that's the thing about it. That's how I see the world. But they saw the world as bacon being okay for them, and that teach his own. It's sort of like I went to the store. I'll give you another example. I went to the store. At this time, I was actually practicing being a vegan at one time in my life, and my brother gave me this challenge. Gave myself and my ex girlfriend a challenge, and him and his wife were doing the same challenge already. And his wife was already a vegan already, but he said, "Junior, let's see if you guys can do 30 days vegan." And the first days going vegan, I didn't know what to eat. I was like, I looked online, looked on the PETA website and all that. I looked on different vegan websites and see what the best foods to eat and all that. I didn't had no idea. I'm like, okay, what am I eating? All this and everything. So I think we went with this food prep group called Purple Carrot. I think they're still out there now. I haven't checked in a while, but it was great food, and they brought it to the door, and we had like 4 or 5 meals off of that. But I found out that Chick Fil A has the French fries. So I ate like the French fries are vegan, and I think they cook them in peanut oil or something like that. They cook them in. But so I guess what I did for lunch, I had 3 things of French fries for breakfast. I mean for lunch. Is it the best, healthiest overall? Nah, nah. If you going vegan, you would think you would do more a mixture. You still want your protein, want your carbs, want your fats, you want your healthy fats, all that to keep it truly healthy, and not missing some of your food groups at the same time going vegan. But I was a new beginner in it. Just the fact of me trying vegan. Some people wouldn't even try going vegan. So, oh no, I have to have meat at every meal I eat, so like that. They wouldn't even try it. But it's more of a mindset more than anything else. Because this is another thing I was telling one of my friends. This is another example. I was telling one of my friends. He said he kept picking this. I think I did a video on this. He keep picking the same girls over and over and over again. I said, well, why don't you try something else? Why don't you try a different approach? Why don't you work on yourself? Do something different to get different results. If you keep doing the same thing, you'll get the same results. So I guess what I'm getting at here is all a mindset. It's like, Junior, I can't lose weight. Junior, my hormones are out of whack and all that. Nah, I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure that you're probably eating late at night. You're probably not getting enough water. You're probably not eating enough vegetables. You're probably eating more calories than you think you're doing. You're probably not moving as much as you think you're moving. Um, there's so many factors in there why people don't lose weight. To why people don't, go for a different job. They're making money and they're not happy with the money they're making. They're not happy with the people they work with, but they don't, you know, try to change because they've been in that job maybe 10 years. Been in that job, so they're used to the routine, and that's what I'm getting at. That's what when you start off from a young kid until now, you're used to routine, used to a way of doing certain things. Like I'm used to doing things a certain way myself. Like for example, the gig line. The gig line is right here. The gig line, this line right here of my shirt, supposed to be lined up with the same thing with my pants I have on right now. So the line there of where the zipper is, the zipper should be lined up this right here. And this shirt should be my pants, tucked in my pants, and it should be lined in. Where did I get that from? I got that from my dad. My dad was an officer in the military. I got that from him. And the military, that's what they had to do. And guess what he did? He shared that with us. He shared that with us at the house. And guess what I'm doing now? As an adult now, I'm doing the exact same thing. So we have the same pattern, same routine going on. Like my example, me living in Germany, growing up 9 years in Germany during developmental years, guess what happened to me? I see the world totally different. I see the world totally different. I played soccer at 5 years old over in Germany. I was the only African American kid on the team, only American on the team for that sake. So I see the world totally different. We had my parents had Santa Claus came to our house over in Germany. I think I was 7 years old. I think I was 7 years old when Santa Claus came to the house. Like, no way, Santa Claus here. That's when I believe is, anyways, that's when Santa Claus came to the house and everything. So it's like, no way, Santa Claus came to the house. Wow, no way. But just those little things there changed my mindset of how I see the world. And the same thing, you have to look at your own life and see how everything was from 1 to 7 years old. How people that you're around the most, 1 to 7 years old, who were they? Most likely their parents, grandparents, possibly uncles, something like that, or aunt. Mainly who you grew up with a lot of times, and they'll have a big significance on how you see the world. And now you're an adult now. Now, how do you see the world? Are you getting the results that you want in your life? If you're not getting the results that you want in your life, now you have to change something. You have to change. You have to change something, or you're gonna keep getting the same thing over and over again. And that's a definition of insanity. I think you get different results by doing the same thing over and over again. That's a definition of insanity. So you get to make the choice now, as an adult, what you want to do. They say, what is the saying they have? It's in the Bible. Um, when you leave your house, it's something about like when you leave your house, you actually cleave on to your own thinking now, and things will still resort back in your head of you'll hear your mom talking, you hear your dad talking, whoever raised you, you'll hear them talking in the back of your mind. Like certain things I do now, I hear my mom talking back in the day. I can hear her talking about eating vegetables, make sure you have vegetables every meal. Now I do vegetables now. Before, I think I shared another video that I did before. I didn't eat vegetables. I started eating vegetables, I mean, truly on a routine basis every day. I would say maybe 5 years ago. No, maybe 4 years ago. I started eating vegetables like consistently eating them. I'll eat them like once a week or something like that. But now I eat vegetables at least 3 times a day. I eat vegetables. Most I do broccoli. I do broccoli in the morning. I do broccoli at lunch. I do broccoli at dinner. This is what I do. Of course, I have my protein with that, of course. And I have my healthy fats, and I have possibly a little more carbs with that too. I'll have. This all depends on what it is, what I'm got going on. If I do vegetables in the morning, most then I might do. If I do vegetable, I might. If I don't do vegetables in the morning, I'll do some type of fruit I'll do, and it could be a variety of fruits, things like that. But I'm getting my fruits and vegetables in now. I'm doing that as adult, as a I guess just say a little more seasoned adult, I would call it, and seasoned meaning the salt and pepper of the hair seasoning. Get it? Kind of joke, ha 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 ha, he he ha. Okay, it was kind of corny, yeah, I know. What I'm getting at here is all a change of mindset of how you see the world, because the way you see the world is the results you have in your life. Because if you're not getting what you want, then guess what you do? You're going to do something about it. If you want results, because they always say, like my brother and I were talking, something has to, you have to hit like rock bottom to change. And you would think you'd be more, it wouldn't have to go to that, but you have to get like pissed off, pissed off to actually make things happen differently in your life. It's for some reason, or unless you see something else that happens outside of you. Like say you're with your best friend, and your best friend had a heart attack. You're like, oh wow, so that was that close to me. You guys the same age, same everything. It's like, oh my lord, this is that close to me. I gotta make sure I do something. I gotta make sure I do something about this. I gotta make sure I work out more. We're not gonna, we have to change stuff. Your friend's gonna change stuff because he had a heart attack. Hopefully they do, and maintain that. And then hopefully you do the same thing too, because you saw that, you learned through. You didn't have to go through it. You learned through your friend. You learned through it. You know. So, anyways, it's all a mindset, and of course, everybody in life wants a transformation. Everybody wants the end product. Junior, I want to lose weight. I want to get in the best shape of my life. I'm here now. How can I get the transformation of being here? Everybody wants results in a day. I invested. Say for example, you invested. When Bitcoin was 42,000. Now it's at, I think it's like 105,000. I think when I'm recording this, Bitcoin's at. I want to I want to invest in Bitcoin, Junior. You. I guess what I'm getting at here is that you get to make decisions in your life of what you want and what you don't want in life. You get to really make the decisions that you want in your life. You know, you really get to, and it's a risk. I mean, it's all a risk out here. The transformation that you want, the transformation of making money from the Bitcoin you bought at 42,000, now it's at 100,000. Like, okay, yeah, I won. That won't happen all the time like that. Because I mean, through the whole time the Bitcoin going up and down, you're thinking, okay, I should take this money out before it goes down to zero. You're thinking like, no, I'm gonna hang on there. I'm gonna hang on. Should I? Should not? You're going back in your mind. The same thing would change anything. You'll get this uncomfortable moment with the Bitcoin going up and down, up and down. You'll get the uncomfortable moment, like I need to take it out. Same thing. Oh, this diet's not working here. The way I'm eating is not working here for me to lose weight. The workout routine that guy gave me, it's not working out. Or just whatever you want. The way I'm working with my kids here at home, it's not working. I need to change something. My job or something, it's just not. It's not working anymore. It's something's not there. But you get to make that decision there and all that. And I came here just to share with you guys just that you can you can actually, because it all starts from here first, of you actually taking that step. I can give you all the steps to do this step, steps. Junior, I can tell you, make the goal out there. Do what's called what is it? You want to make sure you do the goals. I'll set it for you. Make sure they're realistic, time bound. Um, that they're realistic goals. Yeah, I can tell you the whole method. I can tell you all that. I can tell you the whole method and everything. But the key thing is actually you doing it and actually believing the transformation process of it being done. You take action. You have to take action on this stuff here. I can give you all the steps and all that, but you have to see it first in your head. Like for me, going to medical school and actually seeing it, I had to see it before I went there. I had to see going to get my master's degree before that happened. Me starting a education company, I had to see that beforehand. You have to see these things beforehand. You have to see yourself having a dog, having a family. You have to see yourself having the job that you want. You have to see this beforehand. Then you can actually make that truly happen. And hopefully that makes sense there. Because when you see it up here, then it's all you can have out there. And that's what I'm getting at here with the transformation that you want in your life or anything you want in life. It's all depends how you see things now. Do you see how things are right now? You right in the moment here. You look around wherever you're at. Look around, and you see where you're at there. But now, for you to get ahead and go where you want to, be able to retire at 55, 60, and all that, you have to see up here and plan it out, write it down, and make it plain, as I say the good book says. You have to do that. And when you do that, of course, then you see that transformation happen in your life. So, anyways, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully that message bless you there. That you can just have to see it up here, and it's all goes back to here. I don't care. I can give you the steps to do it, 10 steps like that, but you have to see it in your mind first. When you see it in your mind, then you have anything you want out here. You can. Dr. J. Harris, like, subscribe to the channel, share this with all your friends and family, and we talk to you very soon. Take care.